let's also give California some credit for making an adjustment on a crime. Rob, here's the state of California. And Adam, I'm going to come to you right after this.
Yeah.
Here's the state of California. In the state of California, what happens? They have a story of two girls that are shoplifting, thinking it's not a big deal. Rob, I don't know what page it's on, but I think you have the video. They're shoplifting. While they're shoplifting, they find out, wait a minute, why are we getting a felony? Why are we getting a felony? Oh, you're getting a felony because California changed laws. What do you mean they changed laws? Rob, can you put this clip on what happens in California that now it's a felony if you steal something over $1,000? If you got the clip, please go in and play it.
So I'm gonna walk all over you.
It's a felony?
Bitch, new laws. Stealing is a felony.
This is a comedy skit.
And this is Orange County, bitch. They don't play. That's why Iceland County is this. That's where I went to jail last year and got on probation for a year for stealing out of Target.
I just found me a brand new car.
Rob, music. We got to be aware of that. So, Rob, can you tell us what happened there with the California story? Maybe give us a quick synopsis of what's going on there so the audience knows.
Yeah, I'll run right out. Yeah,
Those two women were filmed walking through several different Target stores, Walmarts. I believe it was 3 or 4 different stores in which they stole close to $1,000 worth of merchandise. That is after they got arrested for stealing from the last store. They're in the cop car, and the cops tell them, "Hey, this is now a felony due to the passage of a law." I'll have to find the law and look right now.
Okay, so there's another clip I saw that a guy who gets caught shoplifting, while he's getting caught shoplifting, he comes back to court. He kept going through it because he's doing it. Then when he comes back to court, he realized the laws have changed and it's now a felony. He's like, wait a minute. The previous 6 times, I didn't get a felony. Now I'm getting a felony? What happened over here? Adam, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, there's so much to unpack here right here. I remember Dave Chappelle did a skit one time, and it was a guy basically walking to the street, and a guy pops out. He's like, "Oh, don't do that now. That'll get you 5 to 10." And essentially, it's like, "Oh, so you're a lawyer now?" These 2 women in the back of the cop car. This is how change happens. When 2 women are in the back of a cop car being like, "I told you Orange County don't play. I told you that we shouldn't steal. I told you that this is not a good idea." What are the chances that they knew the law that anything below $1,000 you cannot be arrested? What are the chances? I would say very high. No, PBD, you say this all the time. If California and Texas had a baby, it'd be Florida. The one thing that comes to mind as out of touch, shout out to Hall & Oates, Gavin Newsom, tanned, bronzed, just probably on vacation, talking about, oh my God, we lost how much? How much we lose on homelessness? 1 billion? 5 billion? $24 billion? And the number hasn't gone down? The one thing that comes to mind is the debate between Gavin Newsom and Ron DeSantis, when Ron DeSantis busted out a freaking poop map to basically highlight the shit show that is California. Sorry for my cursing. Whether it's the homelessness, the cost of living, the regulation, the crime. I remember, PBD, you did a case example. Disneyland in California versus Disney World in Florida. Wow, wow, wee, wow, wow. What an absolute stark example of the ridiculousness that is going on in California and the effectiveness that is going on in Florida.
Let me show you this. Check this out. I just sent this to Rob. Rob, could you zoom in a little bit, please, so I can read this to them? All right, so California store prices, items go a little bit above. California prices are items at $9.51. So shoplifters will be arrested for doing so, can be charged with grand theft. So look what it says. If you look at it closely, warning, all items in the store are marked at $9.51, non-criminal discount applied at checkout for all paying customers only. The state of California will prosecute all shoplifters under the California Penal Code of 487 PC. Did you understand what just happened here?
Yeah.
They priced everything at $951, except when you come to the counter, getting ready to pay, they give a discount to non-criminal discount. That is so, Think about what the hell is going on in California, that this is how creative you have to get. So everybody goes to jail. Rob, if you can now play the other clip that was posted by Mario Nafal, not the one that we played with the music in it. This one here will tell you a little bit more about the story of those two young girls who are making a mistake. Go ahead and play the clip, Rob. Did you get the clip? I think I texted it to you. Rob, while you were getting it, Vinny, those dinosaurs that escaped out of those eggshells behind you, how did they?
I'm pretty like, I didn't want to say anything because I'm pretty sure, because I'm not reading chat at all. I never read the chat, but I'm actually, they don't hear me right now, but they have hatched. All these are, you know, baby dinosaur eggs that have hatched, and they're actually they're in this room watching. But Pat, as he's searching for it, but I think this is it. There you go.
Go ahead and play the clip. Oh, I got it, Rob. This also has the music.
Yeah.
Why are they playing this
One of these days, these boots will, you know, let's
Fix 48?
Brazen and casual. They just walk right out.
And then this is what? They're coming back to the same girl stealing more, 237. Oh, and they're getting this whole thing on camera, and they're just walking out.
And they went from Ultra Makeup to Target, and they have the orange bags that they took from Ultra Makeup.
Oh, so it's tracking their entire journey. Rob, let it keep playing, Rob, unless if it's stop. Okay, there you go. So then more cameras catching what they're doing. Rob, is there sound or no? Or is that music still playing? Wow. So now they're realizing it's a felony.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Quick on the law, if you want. I have the background on the law. Prop 36 went before the voters, and the voters, California, 68.4% passed Prop 36. And here's what happened. The 950 is an important number because now they also said 950 could be aggregate. It used to be that if an item was under 1,000, now it's 950 as an aggregate. So when those girls stole all that stuff from Target and from Ultra, the cumulative total was over 950, and now you're arrested for a felony. And the larger girl that was on the right-hand side in the back of the police car, she knew it, was speaking to the somewhat shorter, smaller girl saying, hey man, it's a felony now. Voters, check this out. 10.3 million Californians voted yes on Prop 36. Make it a felony, make it aggregate. 4.7 million highly concentrated in, hang on, San Francisco, Oakland, Alameda, and Los Angeles counties. Those are people that vote, no, we don't want this law, don't want this law. But the people have spoken, Pat. This went before the people. They voted Prop 36, and it got passed. And now the teeth of the bill, there it is. Yep, there you go. So it's not just drug, it was cumulative shoplifting.
I freaking love that. I love that. By the way, leave it to business owners to come up with a creative way to protect their business from losses. Of course, they're going to put every item in the store is worth $951.
Yep.
I'm supposed to pay a bunch of people's salaries. I can't stay in business if people keep stealing from me and the government doesn't protect me. And you take the sides of the people that are stealing from me. That doesn't make any sense for business. Why would anybody want to start a business in the state of California if you're going to protect thieves over the business owner that creates jobs? How does that make any sense? Vinny, final thoughts, and then we'll go to the next story.
Yeah, and I could have a short clip, PBD, that I want Rob to cue up of how entitled these thieves are, okay? It's a couple of girls at CVS leaving. The guy locks the door, and she threatens to call the police on him for not letting her steal. Rob, whenever you have it, I'm dead. Play this clip. Play this clip of them getting caught. Go ahead, there's no music. Play this. Put the volume up.
Let's put that down.
Watch this. Open the door. Look at how funny she is. Watch.
Put that down.
This is security.
You gotta put it over there.
No. Touch me. You don't have the right to touch me. Don't not all my kids.
Go to kids' way. Well, call them. Call them.
You can't touch me though.
Look, she's wants to call the police.
You
can't touch me though.
Look, okay, and that's okay. So, and Pat, here's what it is. What, like, am I the only one that's losing my mind that we have to make crime, like something illegal, actually illegal again? I don't get it. You're stealing, which is a crime. You should go to jail. There has to be a monetary limit to what you're still. It's like the border. When we have illegal immigration and these illegals, and we're going to get to them, are coming in. Mina,
You know what it is, Vinny, while you're saying this? Like, here's my question. To anybody that's watching that, the behavior you just witnessed right now with those young girls, to anybody that's a parent, if your younger daughter did that to you, what happens to your blood? If your younger daughter takes your makeup out of your bag, you know the relationship between a mom and a daughter? When a daughter always takes the makeup out, and what happens to mom? Don't touch my makeup. How do you feel when your daughter touches your makeup and she takes your makeup out of your bag? I'm curious. Now, listen, if your son takes your makeup out of your bag, it's a different feeling. But if your daughter takes your makeup out of your bag, it's a different feeling. But how do you feel about it? How do you feel about it? They entitled? Mom, leave me alone, Mom. You can't do anything. I'm just putting a little bit of makeup on. What's wrong with you? How do you think these guys feel when somebody's robbing and a guy can't even call the cops on them? They're going to call the cops on them. This is why Stephen A. Smith sounded the way she did. This is why Elon Musk was a former Democrat, left the party. This is why Joe Rogan was a former Democrat, left the party. This is why Tulsi Gabbard left the party. This is why Bobby Kennedy endorsed Trump. This is why Joe Manchin, a story just came out, Rob. I don't know what page it's on. A story comes out with Joe Manchin saying the fact that, I have it somewhere in here, Joe Manchin, right, says Warren's Democratic Party is toxic as he steps down from the U.S. Senate. Wait, what? Joe Manchin says what? Joe Manchin says the Democratic Party is so toxic that he is stepping down. Why? Because bad policies have consequences. This is a story from The Guardian. Stepping down after 15 years as a U.S. Senate, criticized the Democratic Party as toxic and accused progressiveness of dictating how Americans should live. He argued the party had shifted from focusing on issues like good job, good pay, to sensitive social issues, including LGBTQ rights, on Kamala Harris's laws, to Donald Trump. He said, if you try to be somebody you're not, it's hard. And added, every red-blooded American should want your president to succeed. Manchin called for a centrist third party, saying the centrist moderate vote decides who's going to be the president of the United States. And when they get here, they don't govern that way. If the center had a voice and had a party, that would be something. He criticized both Democrats and Republicans as too extreme, stating Democrats want to ban guns while Republicans say let anybody have anything they want. That's Joe Manchin for you. So that's another person you lost. This guy was a guy that was a reasonable guy. This guy was a guy that had good ideas. Now you lost him as well. Bad policies. They're experiencing a massive exodus. Tom.
And by the way, consequences. You said the word consequences. What we don't see is regular citizens are suffering consequences too. In San Francisco, in January of 2022, there were 21 CVSs. We just saw the video. That was a CVS pharmacy just getting blatantly ripped off. January 2024, they were down to 12 CVSs in San Francisco, and I believe right now they are down to 9. There are 9 CVSs in the city of San Francisco, and most of those are in the more wealthy areas, such as the Marina District. And so the consequence is also on the people. So when the government thinks that they're winning votes from these people, they're really screwing other people, like older people and folks that are living in areas that need a CVS there so they can get services. And Joe Manchin is right. The rebel policies that he's talking about, he says, isn't the Democrat Party you recognize? How you're not helping the people when there it is, CVS makes another SF store. When you run amok, the consequences are everybody loses. It's not just Manchin. It's what we just saw. Regular people now can't have less convenience getting to a CVS to go get the basic things that they need.
Pat, I know we want to get up the topic, Pat, but can I ask you guys a question? What made California make that decision? What was it? Post George Floyd riots, everything, defund the police. What was this? The tactic to get the black vote? Or I don't know. What was the shift to be like, hey, if anybody's stealing, if anybody's doing this, if you're rioting in the street, if you're burning down business, it's okay. These are peaceful protests. What was that shift, Tom? When did that happen? Because I have a feeling that it was during that.
You're asking a great question. It's the word decriminalization. They talk about decriminalize marijuana, decriminalize possession, of a certain amount of marijuana, keep the penalties for distribution. There's a slippery slope when you start decriminalizing. Then they say, well, we're all clogged up with all these $500 shoplifting things, and businesses have insurance. Remember, these are liberal, far left Democrats talking. So maybe we should decriminalize shoplifting. We'll make it under $1,000. That's what they did. That's what happened. The number of break-ins, you can go Google it and say break-ins for auto theft break-ins, people stealing backpacks. If that backpack had a basic laptop that was worth less than $1,000, they were selling it at pawn shops for $200, making $200 on that. But it was a non-criminalized offense because what they stole was worth less than $1,000. So guess what? Crime went up, actually, and the number of shoplifting cases went down. So what happened to society? Society lost. So were the courts less crowded with $500 shoplifting? Yes. But guess what happened? You enabled more crime. There it is, vehicle theft reports. And it's also vehicle break-ins, Rob. It was vehicle break-ins in San Francisco that people would leave their cars unlocked with a note on the door that said, nothing in the truck, nothing in the seats. You would actually leave your car as clean as a rental car, if you know what I mean, and not lock it so that they wouldn't break the window and you wouldn't have to have your window replaced. But you left nothing in there that they could take, not even quarters sitting in the ashtray, nothing. So that's what happened. It's the word decriminalization, which in the mind of the liberal far left Democrat is these people are stealing to survive and they accept it. They accept it as a redistribution of wealth. That's how the Democrats think about decriminalization.
Let's move on to the next topic.
I have one quick point, and no one touched on PBD. I have one quick
Go
point.
ahead, Adam. You got 30 seconds.
Well, look, Joe Manchin, I've been talking and singing his praises for over 5 years now. Centrist, moderate, someone with common sense. The common phrase.
Adam, what's your point?
I didn't leave the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party left me. But let me say the most important thing that we probably said in this entire conversation, and I'm going to say it. What's the common theme that's going on in California? It's not just Californians. It's not just women. It is specifically Black women. And I love my Black brothers and sisters out there. But let me say this, PBD, how many times have we discussed the biggest problem in America, which is the lack of a father in a home? Who's leading the league with single mothers? Well, it is African Americans. Okay. In America, 25% of all homes are born to unwed mothers. I think we're leading the league in single parents. The stats are showing that the world, 7%, the world with single parents, 25% in America. So then you have a situation where the stats show whites, 30%, I believe, are born out of wedlock. The national average is 40%. Latinos, my Hispanic friends, 53%. My Black and African American friends, 72%. If we want to improve what's going on here in America, we need to bring the father back into the home, okay? It is 10 times more likely to be incarcerated, 20 times more likely to have violence, whether it's dropping out of school, whether it's teen pregnancy, what is lack of basic common sense. Black people, Latinos, even the white people out there, bring the father back to the home.
I thought for a second you were going to make a point about BBWs. I'm like, what? I fully thought you were going to.
Big girls need love too, brother.
For those of you that bought our gear, yesterday we wore the Future Looks Bright, what do you call it?
Christmas gear.
For everybody, it was sick. Rob, if you can go to vtmerch.com and go to the Future Looks Bright pajamas that we had on, it was absolutely awesome. We took a family picture together. And then these sweaters that say Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas. Our entire family was wearing this while we went to Disney World, while we went to, Universal, and we'll give you a little bit of insight in those two as well. But the pajamas, the Christmas gear, a ton of things that are going on right now is the end of year sale that happens right now, okay? That happens right now, 50% off select items for you to go take advantage of. Some of the items are going to be like, wait a minute, that's 50% off, it's 50% off, but it's only going to last 4 minutes, not going to last a long time. First come, first serve. So for some of you that are wanting to buy gifts, and some of you guys that are the type that are very, very overly prepared, like my wife, go buy this stuff for next year so you're ahead of the game. You'll save yourself 50%. Today is when the wise people spend money. Today is when the wise people go invest and save that 50% for next year. And anybody who places a purchase over $200 gets a $50 gift card. The first 50 that place the order over $200 get a $50 gift card today. So go to vtmerch.com and place your order. I love seeing people around the world sport the gear. Future looks bright. And everybody is starting to say, future looks bright. It's becoming a thing. We want 1 million people around the world to wear that. If you're somebody that's a fan of us and what we do and what we stand for, go out there and sport some of that future looks bright gear, hat, shirt, whatever it may be for yourself.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.